forgot that I was dealing with a pretty hardcore conspiracy theory.
Mac is a prime example. That's crazy.
Which I just was watching.
I'm not a conspiracy theory.
Yeah, I was just watching you talking to Sean Cotton about how the world is flat and all this type of shit. So
I never said the world flat. I said the world round.
okay, he actually said that he thinks
I believe the world round.
no, he thinks the moon landing is fake. You guys both agree that space is fake.
I didn't say space was fake. I said I think the ocean is space.
That space is the ocean.
Yeah.
To me, I feel like you're kind of doing a disservice to your overall message by saying stuff like that.
I don't have a message. I don't have a message.
Well, you do whether you want to.
I've never had a message. My message was
the culmination of everything you say.
Space is the ocean. I can't say if I think that makes sense or not, but it makes sense. It makes sense. Motherfuckers only discovered 10% of the ocean. Shit, y'all only discovered 10% of space. You know what I'm saying? That, man, they probably got 1 billion planets. But they definitely, it get that deep,
Hey, y'all, I'm a character. This is not the real me. I want to take y'all back to my second Say Cheese TV interview. I said, say, man, it sounds like y'all falling for the macking in the conversation. I'm just playing a character. Half the shit I say, I don't mean or believe.
But isn't that something for you to just kind of fall back on when you find yourself in unfriendly territories as a podcaster?
I've touched millions. I stay in unfriendly territory and ain't nobody done nothing. I intentionally disrespect dead people, kids. So ain't nobody, everybody I done disrespect, I done been in their face and I never bow down.
Right.
I told y'all I'm playing a character.
But when you take on your more extreme stances like that,
I'm making millions.
Right, but like, you know, making fun of somebody's dead kid. Like,
I do make fun of it.
But
what you gonna do about it? I made fun of your dead fucking kid. What you gonna do?
Well, I could do that too, but what do I gain from that?
But what you mean? I like to do it.
You like to make fun of dead kids?
I love it.
But how do you justify that?
Easy. Same reason white people justify slavery. And
not this white person.
Well, you make an observation.
But white people also eliminated slavery in America.
No, they didn't.
Well, yeah, they did.
No, they did.
Yeah, we had a whole war.
No, they didn't. They didn't eliminate slavery.
Well,
you must don't know the 14th Amendment.
Okay,
dumbass. You didn't pay attention.
Slavery was a thing, and then slavery stopped being a thing, and the X factor in between that was a war in America.
No, it wasn't. That was over states' rights. That wasn't over slavery.
Right, states' rights to have slaves.
No. It wasn't over states' rights. That was over the states saying the federal government can't tell us anything.
Hold on. Tell me if y'all notice anything up in this picture right now. I got a feeling I know what Charleston White about to say. And I want to prove that I'm right. So by proving that I'm right, I'm gonna shut my ass up, you know what I'm saying?
And
I'm gonna let y'all boys type shit.
With slaves.
Right, but slavery was kind of the biggest issue in that regard.
No, it didn't. It had nothing to do with slavery. It had states' rights. The same thing we're fighting over now. The federal government can't infringe upon no states' rights. Had nothing to do with slavery. Why? Because slavery was never abolished, except you've been duly convicted of a crime. Maybe you should read the 14th Amendment.
You really want me to do this?
I'm asking you to.
Was slavery abolished?
Slavery was abolished, except you've been duly convicted of a crime.
Yeah. Yes, chattel slavery was legally abolished in most countries over the 19th and 20th centuries. I didn't even narrow it down to the U.S.
He said most countries. American slavery, the 14th Amendment abolished slavery, except what? You've been duly convicted of a crime.
It was abolished through the 13th Amendment.
Duly convicted of a crime. Go to the 14th.
Right, but I don't think that the fact that we have prisons necessarily takes away from the fact that we abolished slavery, right? I mean, prisons offer a different role in society, and every country has prisons.
So why do they have private prisons?
Because
with private investors who make money off free labor.
Because they think that private corporations are able to provide these services more efficiently.
They don't think. I would suggest you go back and read your amendments, huh?
Right.
So you have private prisons. So why is the private industry and why is prison on the stock market?
But why are private enterprises able to perform almost every task in business?
It's on the stock market? I never knew that. So jailhouses is on the stock market. So at a certain time of year, wow. That's crazy. That's crazy.
More efficiently than government-owned corporations. Like, don't you think McDonald's is better fit to serve cheap burgers than if the U.S. were to like create their own burger chain? And I'm not necessarily defending private prisons. I'm just saying it's logical why they exist.
You just said how does slavery goes into the prison system? Slavery has to do with what?
No, I actually think they're two totally different things.
Free labor, right? Slavery is free labor.
Yeah.
For somebody making money. So you have the government. You have the sheriff department, you have the state who owns prisons, right? And they put people to work. You paying your dues, you pay your dues to society. Why did the private industry, private sector of business get into the prison and take it to the stock market, where slave was once on the stock market?
Probably
before there were stocks, there were slaves.
It's the same reason that people choose to use UPS instead of the Postal Service.
Boy, like the typical white boy. Let's go to the next question. I see how you looking at it.
But what am I saying that's wrong? Private corporations are able to provide services more efficiently than the government.
I went to school to study law at Texas Wesleyan University. It's a reason why they put except in there. And there's a clause. It's a reason why there's a clause in except. It's not abolished. That's why it's except in there. So there's no reason to keep arguing with a fool that don't know what he know. He won't even read it. He's using Chat GPT.
But are you in denial about the fact that slavery used to be a thing and now it's not?
No, slavery is still a thing.
Okay, but only in the context of prisons.
No. You got slavery in Arabs. You got the Arabs that set in African slaves.
I thought we were talking about America.
It's still in America. The niggas that work on your podcast are slaves. They work for pennies and crumbs.
Well, they get paid and they can leave at any time.
They get paid for crumbs.
They get paid and they can leave at any time.
You're their slave master.
Those are kind of the biggest factors of slavery is that you're not getting paid and you can't leave.
I wouldn't call them slaves. They're indentured servants.
No.
Yes, they're indentured servants.
Should we look up the definition?
Do we agree with that? Do we agree with that? Let me know if y'all agree with that. I kind of do. Because at one point, I think it was like, 2024, motherfuckers was like, no jumper fell off. And then what we see after that? A whole bunch of blacks making a fool of themselves on no jumper, going crazy though. They was going crazy, but by making a fool of themselves. Who knows what they was profiting from no jumper though? You know what I'm saying? Who knows? But type shit.
Well, they're getting paid pennies.
They're not indentured. They're
not making what I'm making.
They're not servants. They're employees.
Them niggas still stuck in a rut.
How is no jumper different than like a TV station or any other business that pays people for their time?
Well, I've never seen nobody go here and go up.
That's so not true.
Name one person.
For the record. You could point to somebody like Brick Baby who came on No Jumper and immediately became like one of the most well-known
I've never seen him on anywhere other than a low-budget channel. I've never seen him get booked.
Well, now he's in prison, which is the whole thing.
Well, before then,
but he was getting tons of paid interview bookings because of his time on
I've never seen him on a major platform anywhere. Name one.
What about somebody like Crip Mac who's been able to earn six figures a year for the past 5 years that we've been doing content?
Joy made 6 figures out of Crip Mac. Crip Mac is dumb and stupid.
Okay, if Crip Mac signed a bad deal, then it is what it is.
So let me just say it. So show me where Crip Mac have left No Jumper and springboarded. Yeah, he springboarded the Drewski and came right back down to here.
And Channel 5 is big platforms like that.
We're at Channel 5.
Channel 5.
Here in LA?
Travel all over the U.S.
I hadn't seen him travel nowhere. When I look at his page and his social media page, I don't see no evidence. He's legally
not really allowed to travel.
I don't see no evidence where he's been anywhere. And and at one point in time, he was a major figure. Before he was locked up, he was a major figure. He
still is.
He should have had voice off. Man, y'all.
Came out and did 1 million views on his first interview.
But did 1 million views and got what out of it? I do 1 million views daily.
Granted, you have.
I do 50 million a month.
An ability to have a sustained.
I do 50 million a month just on one platform on TikTok. I'm 4 billion. He should be like that too, but he can't sell himself. He needs somebody else to market. Well,
Crip Mac should be like that. Crip Mac is he a troll. Crip Mac a troll. He a honest, typical troll. You know what I'm saying? But he good at it. Crip Mac is a troll. And he don't know how to promote himself. He don't.
I'm assuming you would agree that Crip Mac maybe doesn't have the depth that you have, right?
Yeah, he is slow.
I'm not saying he's slow.
And it's only so much you can do with a gangbang.
I'm saying the variety that you provide in an average podcast is a little bit more than he provides, right?
It's only so much you can do with a California gangbanging who's not articulate. There's only so much you can do with it.
I think he is pretty articulate
He's
in
not.
his own way.
He won't because he mispronunciate words. He stick with 5-5.
5-5?
So you can't. It's hard to sell that to it's hard to go major with that.
Well, you both probably would fall into the category of people who maybe didn't necessarily do super well in school.
I done very well in school. I done very well in school.
I would probably say he didn't.
What made you think Charleston didn't do good at school?
I guarantee. I made the dean's list.
I feel like his intelligence might not have necessarily blossomed in the traditional educational environment.
I've been a straight A student my entire life. I went to college and never study.
Wow.
Been on a who's who.
That's impressive.
Very academic.
No Zark zone.
Very academically inclined. Yeah, very academically inclined. I didn't go to school almost until I was in the 6th, 7th grade, so I had a private tutor. I was taught one-on-one, so I've always excelled in class.
Your parents had money to hire a private tutor instead of sending you to school?
Yeah, my mother.
What were they worried about?
My mother was very well financial. My granddad and grandmother owned a restaurant and a hotel long before I was born. So I come from a very financially stable family.
Damn.
I never grew up in the projects. Don't know what it's like to live in the hood.
If you enjoyed that clip, make sure